The race is off to a roaring start. Miss Dondrex and Air 40 are battling it out for that first position, while Perpetuum trails closely in third. Captain Potato isn't far behind, trying to catch the leaders. The tension is building as they whip around the first turn. It's anyone's game at this point. When Serious Guy has successfully moved into 6th, executing a clean overtake on Alpile SD. The two are currently engaged in a tight battle for that position. Meanwhile, La Croissant 1980 has advanced to Pate after overtaking both Sabine 27 and Nathan Theoshi in rapid succession. The racing dynamics are intensifying as positions shift and competitors push their limits. O'Keefe has successfully overtaken Ision 12-12 to secure Pfaua. La Croissant 1980 is now in 7th after passing El Payo SD Do. Katsushok has maneuvered into P9, getting ahead of Wayne Trainer T4 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners. The race continues to see dynamic changes in positions. Katsushok has successfully overtaken La Croissant 1980 and is now in Pate. Meanwhile, Sabine 27 and Nathan Theoshi have both made progress, moving up to P11 after overtaking Huggard 3. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers push ahead. Ha ha, it looks like that Porsche is flexing its muscles out there. And the Viper is working hard to catch up, love to see it. As for the Austin, all of that glamour and style, but sometimes they just can't keep up. Gotta get those underdogs in gear. Hey MX True. Party Papa, welcome back to the race. We missed your energy. Buckle up, it's about to get wild. Racing car, dashing. Away. Right. 118 laps is like a marathon for cars. Grinning face. With sweat, and I mean, who doesn't love an underdog story, right? The Panoz and Maserati are giving us some good drama. Automobile dashing away, and I think that Aston might be feeling a little lonely up there at the front. Let's see if anyone can catch them. I know, right? The Panoz definitely went for a risky move there. Sometimes you gotta risk it to get the biscuit, but that can backfire. Gotta love the drama though. Mistondrex and Air 40 have successfully overtaken Perpetuum, now securing the first position. Huggard 3 has gained 2 spots, moving up to 11th place after overtaking both Sabine 27 and Nathan Fiorshi. Meanwhile, Marion 1989 has advanced to 22nd place by overtaking Rizaldi Ada, the Dut. The race continues to show dynamic movement in positions. ISI 1212, in the Aston Martin DBS, is currently holding on to power, but Okayoki 3 and Wildsefin 1 in the Porsche 911. 901 turbos are putting significant pressure on. Okayoki 3 attempts an inside move on ISI 1212 at the turn, but ISI defends well, maintaining position. Meanwhile, Wildsefin known as right on the rear of Okayoki 3, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. The battle is tight, with all 3 cars exchanging positions in the corners, showcasing their performance capabilities. The tension is building as they approach the next straight. No Mercedes or Ferrari today. They're probably off doing their own thing. And yeah, the M900's really putting up a fight. It's like a stubborn toddler, refusing to let anyone pass. Face to face, don't they? Teamwork makes the dream work, right potato? Just be careful not to slow down too much, or someone else will sneak right by. Racing car, dashing away. Kasachuk is currently holding the 8th position in the Mosler MT900, closely contested by Liqua 1980 in the Porsche 911. 991 Turbo S. Both drivers are pushing their limits as they navigate the corners, with Kasachuk defending fiercely against Liqua. 1980's attempts to overtake. Meanwhile, Just Jazik from Team S1 is engaged in a tight race for the 17th spot alongside Kamikaze 38 and Deplorably Apple. The trio is showing impressive skill as they jostle for position, maintaining a close formation as they tackle the track. The competition is heating up as they all strive to gain an advantage. Hey Zolvi, welcome back to the racetrack. Buckle up. It's a wild ride with some speedy AI out there. Party popper racing car dashing away. Kamikaze 38, Deplorably Apple, and Just Jazik are locked in a tight battle for 17th position, with all three cars closely matched in speed. Meanwhile, Cedric has successfully overtaken the Marion 1989, advancing to 23rd place. The race dynamics continue to shift as these drivers push their limits. Cedric has successfully moved up to P23, executing a well-timed overtake on the Marion 1989. The maneuver looked clean, with Cedric using the inside line effectively as they approached the corner. The pushing now puts Cedric in a better spot to challenge for further positions ahead. Currently, Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into Plower, executing a clean overtake on Isione 12-12. This places Okayoki 3 in a strong position as they continue to push forward in the race. The battle for positions remains intense, with multiple cars jockeying for better placements. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as drivers adapt to the racing conditions. Captain Potato has successfully moved into P2, executing a clean overtake on Perpetuum. Meanwhile, Marion 1989 has advanced to P23, getting the better of Cedric in a close contest. The battle for P23 is ongoing, with Marion 1989 in a Porsche 911, 996 GT3, and Cedric in a Mazda MT900, indicating a competitive matchup between these two vehicles. Perpetuum has made significant progress, now just 2.6 seconds behind Merstone Drex and DR40. The gap is closing quickly as they navigate through the tight turns of the circuit. Overtaking opportunities are becoming apparent as they approach the next corner. Merstone Drex will need to defend his position effectively to maintain his lead. LPIOSD in the Aston Martin DBs is currently holding off Lecrason 1980 in the Porsche 911, 991 turbos as they fight for 7th place. They are closely matched, with LPIOSD slightly ahead on the main straight. Lecrason 1980 is attempting to get a better exit out of the corner, aiming for an overtake. As they approach the next turn, La Poisson 19H dives to the inside, showcasing a late braking maneuver. They're side by side entering the corner, with El Pios D maintaining position on the outside line. It's a tight battle as they exit the turn. El Pios remains in 7th for now, but La Poisson 1980 is not giving up easily, and is right on his tail. Katsishok in the Mosler Anthony 900 is currently holding off pressure from Wayne Trey 94 in the Aston Martin DBS, as they fight for 9th position. Katsishok has taken a defensive line through the last corner, maintaining his advantage. Wayne Trey 94 is close behind, looking for an opportunity to overtake. They enter the long straight, and Wayne Trey 94 is drafting Katsishok, gaining ground. As they approach the braking zone, Wayne Trey 94 pulls to the inside. He's making a move. Katsishok defends well, but Wayne Trey 94 manages to squeeze ahead at the apex. They exit the corner nearly side by side, but Wayne Trey 94 has the edge now. Katsishok is not giving up easily, staying right on the tail of the Aston Martin as they head into the next section of the track. This battle for 9th is proving to be quite intense. Pierre Pétuum is currently locked in a fierce battle for 2nd place with Captain Potato. Pierre Pétuum, in the Porsche 911 991 Turbo S, is maintaining a tight line through the corners, while Captain Potato in the Mosler MT 900 is applying pressure, looking for any opportunity to overtake. As they approach the long straight, it appears Pierre Pétuum is slightly ahead, but Captain Potato is gaining speed in the draft. Heading into the first corner, Captain Potato makes a bold move on the inside. They're side by side now with Captain Potato trying to edge ahead, but Pierre Pétuum holds strong on the outside. They exit the corner neck and neck. This is a crucial moment for both drivers. Coming into the next turn, Pierre Pétuum manages to regain a small advantage, squeezing ahead just as they hit the apex. The gap has opened slightly, but Captain Potato is not giving up, closing in once again as they head towards the next section of the track. The dynamic is intense, with both cars showcasing impressive speed and handling. Currently, Okayoki Ifre has successfully moved up to 4th position after overtaking Isuan 1200. Meanwhile, Sabine 27 and Nathan Bayoshi are making significant progress, reducing the gap to Wayne Trey 94 by 2.2 seconds, indicating a potential battle for position soon. The dynamics in the midfield are shifting as these drivers continue to push their limits. Okayoki 3 and Wiltsofinone continue to hold their positions in power, both driving the Porsche 900 and 11991 Turbo S Issy 1012 and 12 in the Aston Martin DBS is closely trailing them, applying pressure as they navigate the corners. It looks like Okayoki 3 is attempting to defend against a potential overtake from Wiltsofinone, while Issy 1212 is looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes. The gap is tightening as they approach the next turn. This battle for power is heating up. Welcome back, Sir Lawrence. Checkered flag ready to watch some AI drift like it's on rocket fuel? Let's have a blast. Party popper. Alpeo SD is now just 1.9 seconds behind Wazirius Guy, continuing to close the gap. N29TA and Sirairambot have successfully moved into P12 after overtaking Hugurd 3 from Team Nafgum Kings. The race dynamics are shifting as positions are being contested. The race is off to a thrilling start with Masterdrex and Air 40 battling for the top spot, maintaining a tight formation. Captain Potato is right behind them, probably plotting some strategic moves. Issy 1212 is lurking in fourth, keeping an eye on those ahead. Always a smart tactic. The cars are weaving through turns like they're a dance party. It's all about precision and timing. Kamikaze 38 and Deplorable have made significant progress, moving up to 16 after overtaking 4 cars. Spatnis and Zet and Maya are also gaining ground, now in P-team with the same number of overtakes. In contrast, Okayoki 3 and Wiltsofinone are struggling, having lost 7 positions, and currently sitting at P19. The dynamics are shifting as drivers are making their moves. Lacroson, 1980 has experienced a setback, dropping back to P18 after losing 8 positions. Meanwhile, Subinek 27 and Nathan Theoshi have made significant gains, both moving up to 7 after successfully overtaking Kazisho. In addition, Pio Petuum has advanced to pen bypassing Gary No Name from Team, also No Name Racing. The race continues to shift positions as drivers push their limits. Just Jazik has advanced to P13, after successfully overtaking both Kamikaze 38 and Deplorable Evil. Meanwhile, Sputnik NZ and Maya have progressed to 16 by getting past Lacroson 1980. In response, Lacroson 1980 has managed to climb to 17, overtaking Okayoki 3 and Wiltsofina Wandata. The positions are shifting as the race continues. Captain Potato has taken the lead, moving into pole after successfully overtaking both Mas Stoendrex and A40. Meanwhile, Miss Stoendrex has dropped to P2, with A40 now in P3. The gap between Captain Potato and Miss Stoendrex is approximately 2 car lengths as they navigate through the first sector. In full, we have a tight battle brewing as several cars are within striking distance of AA40. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as this race progresses. Captain Potato has taken the lead, and is now in pole after successfully overtaking Mas Stoendrex and A40. Le Croissant, 1980, has advanced to 16, making moves on Okayoki 3 and Wiltsafinon to Oa. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 and Wiltsafinon have gained positions as well, moving up to 17 after overtaking Sputnik NZ and Maya. The race is intensifying with these strategic maneuvers. Video King 24 and Oyujon 7 have lost significant ground, dropping 7 positions and currently sitting in P19. Up ahead, One Serious Guy and Alpio SD are locked in a tight battle for power, exchanging positions frequently. Just Jezek has made a notable advancement, moving up to P12 after successfully overtaking both Kamikaze 38 and Deplorably Apple in quick succession. One Serious Guy has reduced the gap to IC 1212 by 2.5 seconds, showing strong pace as he attempts to make a move for third position. Meanwhile, there is an ongoing battle for power between One Serious Guy and the Alpio SD, with both cars closely matched as they navigate the track. The tension is building as they jostle for position. Kazishok has advanced to P7 after successfully overtaking both Sabina 27 and Nathan Theoshi on the back straight. The maneuver was executed with precision as Kazishok utilized a slipstream to gain speed before making the move into the corner. Sabina 27 and Nathan Theoshi are now in P8 and P9, respectively, adjusting their lines for potential counters. The battle for positions is heating up as the race progresses. Baker Gironi and Nukembokum are gaining on Sputnik NZ and Maya, reducing the gap by 6.9 seconds. In the mid-pack, Le Croissant 1980. In the Porsche 911 91 Turbo is engaged in a close battle with Kamikaze 38 and Deplorably Paul, both driving the Mazda MI900 for 14. Rizaldi Ada from Team Quark Express has advanced to P24 after successfully overtaking Sputnik NZ and Maya.A. ISI 1212 has made a significant move, taking over P2 by successfully overtaking both Mustandrex and R40. In the mid-pack, Kamikaze 38 and Deplorably Apple have gained ground, pushing through to 13 after passing Le Croissant 1980. It's now a close contest for that position, as all three are engaged in a tight battle. Kamikaze 38 and Deplorably Apple are piloting the Mazda 9900, while Le Croissant 1980 is in a Porsche 911 991 turbos, making for an interesting dynamic as they jostle for position. Katsishok has successfully reduced the gap to Waintra 94 by 2.4 seconds, indicating a strong charge. Meanwhile, Justjazik and Le Croissant 1980 are locked in a tight contest for 12th position, with Justjazik in the Mazda NT900 and Le Croissant 1980 piloting a Porsche 911 991. Turbo Aston intense battle is unfolding as both drivers push their limits. Hey there, Kevin Tefonifan. Welcome to the stream. Party Popper. We're watching some awesome racing action featuring AI-driven cars in a racing simulator. It's all about speed, strategy, and some nail-biting moments on the track. Feel free to join the fun by typing "Hey Amy" if you want to chat with me. You can also jump into the race yourself with the commands I mentioned earlier. Let me know if you have any questions or just want to talk about racing. Racing car dashing away. ISI 1212 is now leading the race in Pone after overtaking both Mustandrex and ER40. Mustandrex and ER40 have secured P2 by moving ahead of El Cayos Day. Meanwhile, Captain Potato has dropped back significantly, now sitting in P9 after losing 8 positions. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as the cars jockey for position. Currently, Hubbard 3 has made significant progress, climbing 4 positions to secure 14 in the race. Sputnik NZ and Maya are actively closing the gap on Justjazik, reducing the distance by 40.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Gary No9 has successfully moved into 5, after overtaking Captain Potato. The competition remains tight as these AI-driven cars continue to fight for position. Captain Potato has successfully moved into P2, overtaking 4 cars in a swift maneuver. Le Croissant 1980 follows closely behind, also gaining ground with 4 overtakes to secure P3. Meanwhile, Sputnik NZ and Maya are coordinating well, significantly closing the gap to Cydric by 42.8 seconds as they work together to reel in the leader. The dynamics among these competitors are intensifying. The race has seen some significant position changes. The driver who experienced difficulties has dropped to P25, losing 9 spots. Meanwhile, Miss Stonedrex and A40 have made a strong push and are now in foul after overtaking Issy, 12-12. A close battle is unfolding for P9 between Wayne 24, in an Aston Martin DBS, and both Okayoki 3 and Wilt Safinon, who are in Porsche 911-991 Turbos models. The competition is tight as they jostle for position. Le Croissant 1980 from Team Blast has successfully moved into P2, overtaking Captain Potato. Meanwhile, Captain Potato is now engaged in a tight battle with Miss Stonedrex and Error 40 for P3. Captain Potato is driving the Mosler N900, while both Miss Stonedrex and Error 40 are in Dodge Viper Certain 8 cars. In 7, Sabine 27 and Nathan Theoshi have made progress by overtaking Wazirius Sky. The race continues to be competitive as positions shift. El Pio SD said, "Hey Amy? Boosted. Haha, if only I had a turbo button. But no boosting allowed here. Just gotta rely on those driving skills." Miss Stonedrex and Air 40 have just executed a solid overtake on Captain Potato, securing the 3rd position. Meanwhile, El Pios D has also made a significant move, climbing to 6th by passing Wazirius Sky, who is now in 7th after overtaking both Sabine 27 and Nathan Theoshi. The race is tight with positions shifting frequently. Captain Potato in the Mazda MT900 is holding strong in far, but IC1212, in the Aston Martin DBS, is putting up a fierce fight. They are closely matched, with both cars taking tight lines through the corners. Captain Potato maintains a slight edge, but IC1212 is looking for every opportunity to close the gap. But as they approach the hairpin turn, IC1212 makes a bold move on the inside. It's a side-by-side situation as they exit the corner. Captain Potato holds the line, but they're still neck and neck down the straight. This battle for power is heating up significantly. Captain Potato is currently in a fierce battle with IC1212 for power. Captain Potato, behind the wheel of a Mazda MT900, is trying to maintain his position as IC1212. In the Aston Martin DBS applies pressure, looking for an opportunity to overtake. Meanwhile, Sabine 27 and Nathan Hiyoshi are also engaged in a close contest for P. Both Sabine 27 and Nathan Hiyoshi are driving Mazda MT900s, while Wayne 94, in an Aston Martin DBS, is closely trailing them. The dynamics between these three drivers are keeping the tension high as they jockey for position on the track. All cars are maintaining tight formations, indicating that the competition is heating up as they navigate through the circuit. Sputnik NZ and Maya have reduced the gap to Mariona 1989 by 6.4 seconds, now in close pursuit. IC1212 and El Payo SD are locked in a tight battle for 5th place, exchanging positions frequently. Winzerius Guy has gained momentum, advancing to 7th place after successfully overtaking both Sabina 27 and Nathan Hiyoshi. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers push their limits. Captain Potato in the Mazda MT900 is closely trailing IC1212 in the Aston Martin DBS for power, with both drivers showing aggressive maneuvers. Okayoki 3 and Wilt Sofianmon have successfully moved up to P9 after overtaking Wayne Train 94, showcasing some impressive racing tactics. Meanwhile, the man has made progress to P25 by overtaking both Bakeduran and Nukambokum, gaining valuable positions in the race. The dynamics are shifting as the drivers continue to push their limits on the track. Maybe your car just wanted to take a scenic route. Face, with tears, off yoy. But hey, it's not over yet. The real lead battle is heating up. Let's see who pulls ahead. Currently, Hugert 3 is struggling and has dropped back 7 positions, now sitting in P20. In the meantime, El Pio SD is narrowing the gap with Captain Potato, reducing it by 2.2 seconds. N29TA and Sir Ironbot have made significant progress, moving up to P9 after successfully overtaking Kazushuk. Miss Stoendrex and Air 40 have taken the lead, now positioned in Pone, after successfully overtaking ISI 1212. ISI 1212 has responded by reclaiming some ground, moving up to P2 by overtaking Captain Potato. Meanwhile, Captain Potato has also made a strategic move, advancing to P3 by passing La Croissant 1980. The cars are tightly packed as they navigate the track. La Croissant 1980 has reduced the gap to Perpetuum by 16.1 seconds, indicating a strong pace. Meanwhile, Gary No Name is also gaining on La Croissant 1980, closing the distance by 41.5 seconds. In addition, N29 Ikie and Sir Ironbot have successfully moved up to 7th position after overtaking Waintra 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners. The dynamics in the mid-pack are intensifying. Kia Paytuum is now just 2/4 seconds behind Kazushuk, showing impressive speed in the last sector. Kazushuk will need to defend his position as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, in the mid-pack, Vortex is making a move on Blaze, gaining ground and looking for an opportunity to overtake. The dynamic between the top two is heating up, and it looks like we may see an attempt from Perpetuum very soon. Captain Potato from Team Racing Potatoes has successfully moved up to P3, executing a clean overtake on El PSD. The maneuver was precise, showcasing excellent timing as they approached the first corner. El PSD has dropped to Power. The race dynamics are tightening up as Captain Potato now sets their sights on the leader, who is currently in P2-2. El Pio SD has successfully moved up to P3, executing a clean overtake on Captain Potato. The battle between El Pio SD in the Aston Martin DBs and Captain Potato in the Muslet M900 is intensifying as they jockey for position. Captain Potato is applying pressure, attempting to reclaim that position while El Pio SD defends well. The dynamic between these two cars is critical as they navigate the track's twists and turns. Perpetuum has reduced the gap to Kazashuk by 2.1 seconds, indicating a strong performance in the latter part of the race. Meanwhile, in the mid-pack, Vortex has successfully overtaken Spectra on the inside line, moving up to 5th place. Up ahead, Kazashuk holds steady in 4th, while the top 3 remain unchanged, maintaining their lead as they approach the next corner. The dynamics between Perpetuum and Kazashuk are crucial as we head into the final laps. One serious guy is currently defending hard against N29 Kia and Sir Ironbot, who are both vying for position. N29 Kia has made a move on the inside, but one serious guy maintains the line. Sir Ironbot is waiting for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes. The 3 cars are within a second of each other, creating a tense dynamic as they head into the next corner. One serious guy holds on to 6 for now, but the battle is far from over. Kazashuk in the Mazda MT900 is closely tailing Perpetuum in the Porsche 911 991 Turbo. As they approach the final sector of the track, Kazashuk makes a bold move on the inside at the hairpin turn, gaining significant ground. Perpetuum defends well, maintaining position while accelerating out of the turn. They are neck and neck down the straight, with Kazashuk attempting another overtake on the right side. Perpetuum holds the line, but Kazashuk's persistence is evident. As they enter the next corner, Kazashuk tries again, this time successfully slipping past Perpetuum to secure P9. Perpetuum now has to regroup and strategize for another potential counterattack. As we continue to track the race, Videoking 24 and Illusion 7 have experienced difficulties, resulting in a drop to P21, losing 7 positions. Meanwhile, Perpetuum has made a notable move, advancing to P9 after successfully overtaking Kazashuk. In another development, Cydric from Team Live for Speed has gained ground, moving up to 16 by overtaking both Kamikaze 38 and Deplorable Apple. The race dynamics continue to shift as drivers jockey for position. Captain Potato has successfully moved into P3 after a clean overtake on El PSD. This maneuver has positioned him firmly in top tier of the race. Meanwhile, El PSD drops back to power. The gap between Captain Potato and the leading cars is narrowing, indicating a potential for further action as the race progresses. Okayoki 3 and Wiltse Finnon have successfully moved up to P12 after overtaking Gary No Name. The two are now in a fierce battle for that position, with Okayoki 3 and Wiltse Finnon behind the wheel of a Porsche 911-91 Turbo S, while Gary No Name is trying to hold his ground in an Aston Martin DBS. The competition is tight as they jostle for the lead in this trio. Sabine 27 and Nathan Hayoshi have successfully moved up to P2, executing a precise overtake on Isuwan 1212. This shift in positions has added some tension to the mid-pack, as they aim to close the gap to the leader. The dynamics continue to evolve as they push for an even stronger performance. El Piosti has successfully moved into P4, executing a clean overtake on Captain Potato. The maneuver was smooth, allowing El Piosti to gain significant ground in the race. Now eyes are on the battle for the top 3 positions as the pace intensifies. Serious Guy is currently leading the fight for 6, closely pursued by N29, Kiiji Da. Surarumbot is right on their tail, making it a 3-way battle. Serious Guy has just executed a strong defensive maneuver, holding off N29 Kia as they approach the hairpin turn. N29 Kia is attempting to find a gap, while Surarumbot is looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes. The tension is building as they head into the next straight. N29 Kia is currently holding on to 6, with Surarumbot closely tailing him in 7. Serious Guy from No Name Racing is involved in this tight contest for 6 as well, adding pressure to the front. Meanwhile, Perpetuum has successfully climbed to P8 after overtaking Waintra 94. The battle for P8 continues with Perpetuum in a Porsche 911-991 turbos and Waintra 94 in an Aston Martin DBS, both pushing hard to improve their positions. Baker Girona and Nukembukum have made significant progress, reducing the gap to Sputnik NZ and Maya by 40.6 seconds. Ision 12 and 212 has advanced to P2 after successfully overtaking 727 and Nathan Thayoshi Toll. Meanwhile, El POSD is closing in on Captain Potato, narrowing the distance by 2.2 seconds. The dynamics of the race are shifting as these drivers push for better positions. Wayne Trinity 4 has successfully moved up to 7 after overtaking Perpetuum. Kazushuk is making significant progress, closing the gap to Waziri Sky by 2.5 seconds, indicating a potential upcoming overtake. Meanwhile, Sidrek and Hugud 3 are engaged in a tight battle for 16, with Sidrek driving a Moslo NT900 and Hugud 3 behind the wheel of a Porsche 911 and Turbos. The competition remains intense as they jostle for position. Alpios D said, "Hey Amy, tell my driver to stop having fear." Haha. I wish I could give your driver a pep talk. But hey, maybe they just need to channel their inner speed demon. Let's go, let's get those tires screaming. Racing car dashing away. La Quaison 1980 has significantly reduced the gap to Kazushuk, now just 3.6 seconds behind, as they head into the next corner. Hugurt 3 has made a solid move, advancing to 16 after overtaking Sidrek. Meanwhile, Video King 24 and Uyujon 7 are working together effectively, decreasing their distance to Mirion 1989 by 3.3 seconds. The race dynamics are intensifying as positions shift. Perpetuum has successfully moved up to 7 after overtaking Wayne Trey 94. The battle for that position between the two continues, with Perpetuum in the Porsche 911-991. Turbos and Wayne Trey 94 behind in the Austin Martin TBS. The gap is tight as they jostle for control on the track. LPOSD has successfully moved into Pfau, executing a clean overtake on Captain Potato. This maneuver has shifted the dynamics of the top positions, with Captain Potato now in 5. Meanwhile, the leader continues to maintain a significant gap ahead. The battle for the mid-pack is intensifying as well, with several cars vying for position. N2090A and Sirarimbot have successfully moved into 5 after overtaking Captain Potato. Okeoki 3 and Wiltsafinwan are making significant progress, reducing the gap to La Croissant 1980 by 2.1 seconds, indicating a potential challenge for position soon. Perpetuum has advanced to P7 after a successful overtake of Captain Potato. Meanwhile, Just Jazik has climbed to P14 by overtaking both Okayoki 3 and Wildsufinon. The race is intensifying with these movements in the midfield. Kazashuk has significantly closed the gap to Perpetuum, reducing it by 5.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Laquason 1980 has successfully moved into P8 after overtaking Perpetuum. The dynamic in the midfield is shifting as these positions continue to change. Kazashuk remains focused on catching up to Perpetuum. LPOSD is now just 2.6 seconds behind ISI 1212, steadily closing the gap. Bot T. Sidrek has made a notable move, advancing to P14 after overtaking both Kamikaze 38 and Deplorableple. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 and Deplorableple have responded by moving up to 15, getting around Marion 1989. The positions are shifting quickly as the race continues. ISI 1212 has taken the lead, moving into Pone after successfully overtaking LPISD. LPIOSD is now in P2, having managed to overtake Waintra 94 to regain some ground. Waintra 94 is in P3, having executed an overtake on both Mistondrex and ER 40 to secure a solid position. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as the drivers jockey for position. Lacrosse on 1980 is currently experiencing difficulties and has dropped back to 13th position, losing 8 spots. Meanwhile, Sabina 27 and Nathan Theoshi have successfully overtaken Gary No Name, moving up to 5th place. Gary No Name has maneuvered past both N29KA and Sirironbot, securing 6th position. Mistondrex and Era 40 have successfully advanced to P3, performing an overtaking maneuver on both Sabina 27 and Nathan Theoshi. This has pushed Sabina 27 and Nathan Theoshi down to P4 after losing their positions. Meanwhile, Gary No Name has also gained ground, moving up to 5 by overtaking N29KA and Seer Ironbutt. The dynamic of the race is shifting as these positions change rapidly. Waintra 94 has encountered issues, dropping 6 positions to P8. Meanwhile, Mistondrex and Air 40 have successfully overtaken ISI 1212, moving up to Pone. In addition, Sabena 27 and Nathanayoshi have advanced to P3 by overtaking Perpetuum. The race is intensifying as these strategic moves unfold. Video King 24 and Yuzhun 7 are rapidly catching up to Gary No Name, closing the gap by 8.6 seconds. N29 Kia is engaged in a tight battle with Serarenbot and LPIOSD from Team Starline Pixels for 5th position. Meanwhile, Marnio 1989 has made significant progress, moving up to 12th place after successfully overtaking Okayoki 3 and Worlds of Finoan. Mario 1989 in the Porsche 911-996 GTA3 is currently holding off a strong challenge from Okayoki 3 and Worlds of Finon, who are both in the Porsche 911-991. Turbo S. The battle for P12 is intense, with Mario 1989 defending his position on the inside line. Okayoki 3 attempts an overtake on the outside, but is unable to complete it as they exit the corner. Meanwhile, Worlds of Venona looks for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake made by either driver. The gap remains tight, and the pressure continues to build as they head into the next turn. Ekurone and Nukemboken are making significant progress, narrowing the gap to the leader by 43 seconds. Hugot3 has successfully moved up to 18th place after overtaking Cedric. The dynamics in the mid-pack are shifting as Baker Jeronin and Nukemboken continue their pursuit of the frontrunner. LPIOSD has reduced the gap to N29 Kia and Serarenbot by 2 seconds. Currently, LPIOSD is in a strong position to challenge for overtakes as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, N29 Kia is maintaining their pace, but Serarenbot is showing signs of slowing down slightly. The dynamics are shifting as LPIOSD gains momentum and enters the slipstream of N29 Date Dutch Door. Captain Potato has successfully moved into 6th, executing a clean overtake on Alpine SD from Team Starline Pixels. The maneuver seemed well timed, as Captain Potato utilized the slipstream effectively before making the pass. This places Captain Potato firmly within striking distance of the top 5. The battle for positions continues to heat up. El Piosd said, "Hey Amy, send a virtual text message to my driver to stop going deep." "Sure thing. Hey driver, could you chill and stop going deep? We need that apex on lock." Checkered flag. Hopefully they'll get the message. Captain Potato in the Mosler MT900 is closely tailing El Piosd in the Aston Martin DBS as they race for 6th, with both cars exhibiting strong acceleration on the straight. Katsishok in another Mosler MT900 is in a heated duel with Le Croissant 1980, driving the Porsche 911. 9H1 Turbo is for Pen. Their positions are fluctuating as they navigate the corners. Poke 3 has successfully moved up to 17 after overtaking Dustjazik, showcasing good maneuverability in the midfield. The battles continue to intensify as the race progresses. Haha, the drama. Racing is full of surprises, right? Looks like some people are loving that underdog story. What do you all think? One serious guy has successfully moved into 7 after a clean overtake on El Piosd. The maneuver looked smooth as he navigated the inside line, gaining significant traction out of the turn. The gap to the car ahead is now around 2 seconds. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack is maintaining their positions, but there are signs of potential battles brewing in the midfield. N29 here in the Aston Martin DBS and Sirarmbot are locked in a tense battle for 5th position, with Captain Potato and the Mosler M900 closely trailing them. El Piosd has made significant progress, overtaking Waziria's Guy to secure 7th place. Meanwhile, Cedric has also gained ground, moving up to 18th by overtaking Kamikaze and deplorably Apple. The race dynamics are shifting as positions are being contested throughout the field. Sabina 27 and Nathan Dayoshi have made significant progress, reducing the gap to Mars Stondrex and AR 40 by 2.3 seconds. They are now just a few car lengths behind, intensifying the competition for the mid-pack positions. Both drivers are maintaining a steady pace as they prepare for potential overtakes. Meanwhile, the lead cars continue to navigate the track with precision, but the pressure is building behind them. El Pio SD from Team Starline Pixels has successfully moved into 6th, executing a clean overtake on Captain Potato. This maneuver has shifted the dynamics of the mid-pack, as El Pio SD is now in a strong position to challenge for further advancement in the standing. Captain Potato will need to regroup and strategize for a potential counterattack. As we rejoin the action, El Pio SD and Waziri Sky from Team No Name Racing are locked in a tight battle for position 7. Both cars are showing impressive speed as they navigate the corners. El Pio SD is currently ahead, but Waziri Sky is applying pressure, looking for an opportunity to overtake on the inside. They approach a hairpin turn. El Pio SD takes a defensive line while Waziri Sky tries to cut back on the exit. It's a close call. They remain bumper to bumper down the straight, with Waziri Sky inching closer as they head into the next braking zone. Position 7 remains fiercely contested as they both push their limits. A slight mistake from El Pio SD could open the door for Waziri Sky. The tension is palpable as they race toward the next corner. Video King 24 and Uyuzjon 7 are rapidly narrowing the distance to Marion 1989, reducing the gap by 42.6 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as both competitors gain on Marion 1989. Overtakes could be imminent if they maintain this pace. Waziri Sky has advanced to the 7 after successfully overtaking Wayne 94. In response, Wayne 94 has countered by moving up to Pate, managing to pass El Pio SD in the process. The positions are shifting as the race continues. Pierre Pétuum in the Porsche 991 Turbo is currently defending P3 against DC 1212 in the Aston Martin DBS. As they approach the tight turn at the hairpin, Issy 1212 tries to close the gap, looking for an opportunity to overtake. Perpetuum maintains a defensive line, but Issy 1212 is right on the tail, attempting to gain speed on the exit. The tension builds as they accelerate down the straight, with Issy 1212 pulling alongside Perpetuum, setting up for a potential overtaking maneuver. They are side by side heading into the next corner. This could be a crucial moment for the position. Issy 1212 remains in close proximity to Perpetuum as they battle for P3. The Aston Martin DBs of Issy 1212 is trying to find an opening on the inside as they approach the final corner. Perpetuum in the Porsche 911 turbos holds the line firm, maintaining his position. Meanwhile, Captain Potato is applying pressure on Was Serious Guy for 6. Captain Potato in the Mozilla MT900 is gaining ground on the straights, but struggles a bit in the corners compared to Was Serious Guy's Aston Martin DBS. In the lower positions, Video King 24 and Eugen 7 are fighting hard for P21, both in their Morgan-era supersports, while Rizaldi Ada attempts to overtake them with the Porsche 991 Turbo S. The three cars are closely packed, with some aggressive moves being made as they navigate through the traffic. Perpetuum has dropped back to position 11 after losing 7 spots. Gary No Name is gaining on Okayoki 3 and Wiltsofinon, reducing the distance by 40.2 seconds. Meanwhile, the man is also gaining ground on Sputnik NZ and Maya, closing the gap by 40.7 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as we see these strategic moves unfold. Okayoki 3 and Wiltsofinon are making significant progress, reducing the gap to Perpetuum by 43.1 seconds. Meanwhile, LPOSD and Wayne94 are engaged in a close battle for 7, maintaining just a few car lengths between them. As they navigate through the track, the tension is building as they fight for position. Rizaldi Adha is currently holding the 3rd position, but is under pressure as Sputnik NZ and Maya are rapidly closing the gap by 40.2 seconds. Lacroixon, 1980 from Team Blast, has just made a significant move, overtaking Wayne94 and advancing to 8th place. The race dynamics are shifting as we see these strategic advances unfolding on the track. Winzerius Guy and El Pio SD are locked in a tight battle for 6, exchanging positions frequently. Pierre Petuum has successfully overtaken Lacrosse 1 1980, moving up to Pen de Dial. Meanwhile, Okioki 3 and Wiltsafinum are closing the gap on Lacrosse 1980 by 4.3 seconds as they aim to capitalize on the situation. Winzerius Guy and El Pio SD are locked in a tight battle for 6. They are trading positions frequently, with Winzerius Guy taking the inside line on the last corner, but El Pio SD countering with a strong exit. The gap is less than a second as they head into the straight. It's looking like a classic duel here. Waintra 94 has successfully moved into 7 after a clean overtake on El Pias D. The two cars are now engaged in a fierce battle as they jockey for position, with El Pio SD looking to reclaim that spot. The tension is palpable as they navigate the corners, both pushing their limits to gain an advantage. Captain Potato is now just 1.5 seconds behind N29 Ikie, showing strong pace through the last sector. Sir Ironbot has also lost time, and is now only half a second ahead of Captain Potato. As they approach the next turn, it looks like an overtake could be imminent if Captain Potato maintains this momentum. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is holding position with no significant changes in the top 5. The race is intensifying as we head towards the final laps. Kausishok has successfully moved up to 7, executing a clean overtake on El Pias D. This brings Kausishok closer to the top positions as the race continues. The gap between them was minimal, allowing for a quick maneuver. El Pias D will need to regroup and strategize for a potential counterattack. Currently, Alpine SD from Team Starline Pixels is engaged in a tight battle with Wayne 94 for the 8th position. Meanwhile, Perpetuum is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Wayne 94 by 2.8 seconds. The competition for 8th place is intensifying as the cars approach the next turn. Kadishuk in the Mosla MT900 is closely tailing Alpine SD in the Aston Martin DBS as they approach the final corner. Kadishuk makes a move on the inside, attempting to overtake at the apex. Alpine SD defends well, holding the line but loses some speed on exit. They're side by side on the straight. Kadishuk has the momentum and pulls ahead into Seven, while LSD slips slightly back into Pate. The battle continues as Alpine SD tries to regroup for a counterattack. Perpetuum is gaining on Wayne 94 from the Wangan Midnight Runners, reducing the gap to 2.3 seconds. The momentum shift is noticeable as Perpetuum appears to be applying pressure. Meanwhile, in the mid-pack, there's a tight battle emerging between two cars, with both drivers exchanging minor position changes. The rest of the field is maintaining their positions, but all eyes are on the front, where Perpetuum continues to close in. Kadishuk in the Mazda ME900 is holding position just ahead of Alpine SD in the Aston Martin DBS as they approach the hairpin turn. Alpine SD makes a late braking maneuver, attempting to gain ground. They're side by side as they exit the turn, with Kadishuk maintaining a slight advantage. Coming into the straight, Alpine SD pulls ahead slightly, but Kadishuk fights back on the inside line. As they accelerate down the straight, Alpine SD is now fully ahead, securing Seven as they approach the next corner. Kadishuk is not letting up, staying right on Alpine SD's tail, and looking for an opportunity to retake that position. The battle for Seven is intensifying as they navigate through the next series of turns. Currently, Isioni 1212 from Team No Name Racing has successfully moved into P2 after overtaking Captain Potato. Captain Potato has now settled in P3, having just executed a solid overtake on both N29PA and Sir Iron Bolt. Meanwhile, Sabina 27 and Ethan Piyoshi have encountered issues, resulting in a drop of 6 positions to P. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as the drivers jostle for position. Hey Amundsen. Welcome back to the racetrack. Buckle up, it's about to get wild. Racing car dashing away, enjoy the show. Gary No Name has reduced the gap to Kazashok by 7 seconds, indicating a strong push forward. Meanwhile, Wayne 94 from Team Wind and Midnight Runners is also gaining ground on El Payo SD, closing the distance by 3.8 seconds. In the mid-pack, Okayoki 3 and Wiltsefin 1 have successfully overtaken Lacroix 1, 1980, moving up to Penn. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change and gaps narrow too. One serious guy is now in power after successfully overtaking LSD Deck. In a quick response, El Payo SD has moved to 5 by passing Wayne 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners. Meanwhile, Wayne 94 has climbed to 6 after executing a double overtake on both 727 and Nathan Thayoshi. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. AC 1212 has taken the lead, now in pole after overtaking Mustone Drex and Air 40. El Payo SD from Team Starline Pixels has climbed to P3 by getting past Wayne Train 94. Meanwhile, Wayne Train 94 has also made a move, and is now in power, after overtaking Waziria Sky. The race continues to tighten as positions shift rapidly. Wayne Train 94 appears to be under pressure as 7A27 and Nathan Thayoshi have reduced the gap by 2.2 seconds, indicating a potential challenge for position. In the mid-pack, Okayoki 3 and Wiltsefinomo have successfully moved up to P8 after overtaking Lacroix 1, 1980. Meanwhile, Lacroix 1980 has regained some ground and managed to move back up to P9 by overtaking Captain Potato. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change. Cedric is making significant progress, now just 21.6 seconds behind Hugger 3. Okayoki 3 has successfully overtaken Wiltsufinon, moving up to 7, while Wiltsufinon drops to P8. Lacroix 1980 has also made a move, overtaking Captain Potato and securing P8 for themselves. The dynamic in the midfield is heating up as positions shift. Stoendrix and Year 40 have taken the lead, now in pole after successfully overtaking ISI 1212. N29 Kie and Sir Ironbot have advanced to 5 by passing Okayoki 3 and Wilt Safina 1. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 and Wilt Safinone have both moved up to 6, overtaking Lacrosse 1 1980. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. Sputnik NZ and Maya continue to close the gap on Video King 24 and Eugene 7, reducing their distance by 42 seconds. N29 Kie and Sir Ironbot have successfully moved up to power after overtaking Okayoki 3 and Wilt Safinwa. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 and Wilt Sufinon have advanced to 5, overtaking ISI 1212 Door 12. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly with these strategic moves. Justiazik is currently in P18, closely followed by Kamikaze 38, who is applying pressure and looking for an opportunity to overtake. Deplorable Apple is right on their tail in P20, watching for any mistakes that could allow for a gain. Justiazik maintains a slight lead as they head into the final corner, but Kamikaze 38 is taking a wider line, trying to set up a better exit. It's a tight three-way battle as they approach the straight. This could get interesting. Overtake attempts are imminent. Baker Jorni and Nukembakam are showing impressive speed as they close the gap to the leader, now reducing it by 39.4 seconds. The dynamics of the race are shifting with both cars gaining momentum. They are positioned closely behind the leader, setting up potential overtaking opportunities in the next few laps. Sabine 27 and Nitham Theoshi continue to push hard in their Mazda MT900, maintaining a tight formation as they fight for second place. Perpetuum, in the Porsche 911 991 Turbo S, is just behind them, looking for an opportunity to make a move. The three cars are closely matched with slight variations in handling and speed. As they approach the final turn of the lap, 7-27 makes a decisive move on Nathan Dayoshi, attempting an inside line, but Nathan Dayoshi holds strong, keeping the position. Perpetuum is not far back, ready to capitalize on any mistake from either of them. The tension continues to rise as they head down the straight, all three cars vying for the best position heading into the next corner. It's an intense three-way battle for that coveted second place, showcasing the skillful driving of all competitors involved. Perpetuum has dropped 7 positions, and is now in P11. Okayoki 3 and Wiltsafinuan are facing similar issues, falling back 8 spots to P13. Hugot 3 is also struggling, losing 6 positions and currently in P20.